Hi everybody. This video is sponsored by bbcrafts.com, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a jewelry tutorial featuring some of the products from bb.com that I used in my last video, the unboxing and product review. Now, I have used a few of these items that I got, and you will see them when you watch that video. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Click on the bell so you get my notifications of my future tutorials using BB Crafts products as well as other videos. Also, hit like if you like this video, and feel free to comment if you have any questions about bbcrafts.com products or the website or of this tutorial or any other questions. Now, to get started, also, don't forget to check the description box under this video for the link to bbcrafts.com website. BB Crafts is an online jewelry supply craft store, and in there you'll find all products for all your jewelry crafting needs. And also in the description box under this video will be the link to the products from BB Crafts that I'm using here in this tutorial. So let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, for the first thing I'm using in this craft tutorial is, the most obvious thing would be one of these butterflies for the chandelier earring. It came in this kit. If you've seen the unboxing and product review from BB Crafts, which was the video before this, you would have seen me unboxing and reviewing this 90-piece set of chandelier earrings. And in it were 3 pairs, you get 6 of these, 3 pairs of these butterfly chandelier earrings. Now, as you can see, up here is a hook for your earring hook, and down here are 2 little loops, hooks, to attach jump rings, beads, chain, ribbon, whatever you want. Now, if you didn't want to use these as a chandelier, they are pretty big in size if you like a nice statement earring, and I thought they would look really cute in a necklace, so I use these in a different way. You don't necessarily have to use them the way you see them. Now, of course, you get 3 pairs, so if you want to use one in a necklace and then you wanted to use your earring pieces, you can do that. And you'd still have one left over. To do another option, which I thought of, you get one of these clips. Now, you may have them laying around. Get some E6000 glue. Place this on top of your clip. Wait 24 hours for it to dry. And then just attach 2 little beads, or you can use some chain, or you can use some ribbon and beads hanging down if you like that effect. And there you'd have a cute little barrette, a butterfly barrette, to go with your earrings and your necklace. You can make it a whole set. But if you didn't want to do that, of course, there's always just the earring option. But I thought of, for this tutorial, I would do something different. Now, the items that I used in making this particular necklace, and it was going to start off as a choker, but it's a little longer than that, but not that long. And I will insert pictures so you can get an idea of how it drapes down. Now, the first item I used was one of the wires that I got from bbcrafts.com. It was one of the goldish green looking ones, this 18 gauge wire. I got a set of 10 that came in there. They were different colors, and I'll insert the picture of them in case you haven't seen the unboxing and product review from bbcrafts.com video that I made before this one. I will insert a picture of all the various different colors, and they're all 18 gauge. There are other kits where you don't have to get as many, or all those colors, but I wanted as many as possible to use in various different craft tutorials so that you can see how the different colors can be used. Now I used this because I wanted it to be spring type. Even though you don't see much of the wire, the little bit you do see adds to a little splash of color. The other thing I used was some seed beads. The glass seed beads I also got from BB Crafts. And I really like these, and they do fit well with the 18 gauge wire. Some of the holes might be a little tiny to get them through, but for the most part I got them through the 18 gauge. If you'd prefer, you might want to get a higher gauge like a 20. That would be thinner, but you want something substantial because it's going to go around your neck and you don't want it to be too thin and too delicate because you will be moving it around. Now, because I didn't want to over crimp anything, what I did was, the first thing you're going to do is get a piece of wire, and you can measure from the front of your collarbone to almost to your back of your neck. Now, it depends on how you want this to sit. So I had it, and I'm going to insert pictures what it looked like coming off by my collarbone down. And what I did was I just made a little loop at the end, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I made a loop at the end just using my round nose pliers, and everybody knows how to do those. You just cut yourself a nice piece of wire. It's best to have a little extra. And then you're going to get your wire and your round nose pliers, and you're going to make a loop. You don't have to make a really big one, but it shouldn't be too small. And that's it. Now everybody makes them different, and if you want to straighten it out, you take your flat nose and go like that. And that was at the end. And then you just put your seed beads. Now, if you wanted a little different look other than one hook, you can just simply bend your wire and decide if you want a big loop or a small loop, and then just twist it, which is what I did. I just twisted. So I'm gonna make sure you can see this. So I just made a loop and I twisted it, and then I cut the excess off, and then I made sure it was secure, and then got my flat nose and kind of crimped it up and flattened it, because you don't want any pieces pinching. So that's what I did with that. I'm going to make sure you can see that. And that's the end of that attached to the top. So then I got a jump ring, a small jump ring, and I attached the jump ring to the top. After I put all the seed beads and I got it curved around, I then attached a jump ring and I attached it to the top of the butterfly. Then what you're going to do, and if you can see, and this is optional, you can definitely go all the way around. I stopped right over here and I made another loop, and then I put wire. I made another piece of wire, I made another loop, but I didn't close the loop all the way because I wanted to attach it. And I covered this before I put the seed beads on over here. Now I didn't glue this, but you're going to want to take, if you do get a larger bead to cover it or some bead cover, you put a little glue to hold these in place with your toothpick, a little E6000 glue. And why is because this will be going on the side of your neck, and I wanted it to be a little decorative. Just embellished a little bit, just add a little decorative piece to it. You don't have to, that's totally optional. You can go all the way around with your wire and your seed bead, but I just wanted to do that for that look. Then I continued with my wire and seed beaded it, and once I got to the end I made another loop, and I used the twist tie method. I again just took my wire, I looped it, and then I twisted it. And you can make a big loop or a small loop, and then you just trim off the excess and make it look neat. And then what I did was I got the butterflies. I worked on the butterfly part before I hooked up my chain. So after I had this hooked up, I cut two pieces at the same time because you want them the same length, and if you cut them at different times and you already beaded one, you're going to have to hold it up. It's easier to get them at the same time and cut it. You're just going to want to make your loop at the end. Okay? So you're going to want to make your loop at the end. See if you can see that. And then seed bead it. Now you can make them longer or shorter depending on how you want this to hang, how long you want it to hang. Now I didn't want this to go way down, so I just made two short ones here. And then I made two hooks at the end, and then I got a jump ring. Now the other thing I use, the other product from bbcrafts.com that also is in the unboxing and product review video, was these jump rings. They come in various different sizes, and I like this kit, and you can see it really, see how you can see this in the back better. I like this kit because it separates them in individual little compartments, and it's multi-size so that I have what I need when I need it. They also have ones with like different colors, so if you are using different colored wires and chains, you'll have that as well. But I typically use this color, and I wanted a various amount, so that's what I got. And I used about 3 different sizes in this project. I used this, the third to largest, then the little medium, then the small. So I used those. So what you're going to do is the second, it's not too big. You can use a bigger one, but I chose this size. And what I did was I took my butterfly and I hooked this in. I left it open, and then I put the 2 ends with the hooks in the jump ring, and I closed the jump ring. Then you just repeat the process for the next one. Now I did make the second ones a little bit longer. You don't have to, that's an option again. I went ahead and did that because I wanted it to hang a little lower. And then I did the same thing. I made a hook at the end, I used the jump ring, and then I attached it, and then I went down and I just put 2 little beads at the bottom. Now the beads don't have to be the same shape or the same color. You could even put like chain and beads hanging if you wanted that effect, but I just wanted 2 little dangly beads. For the chain part, once you got this all done, you got your seed beads on your wire, you got your butterflies and everything attached, now you're going to get the chain. So you might want to, at this point, measure out your chain from where you'd want this to sit and how you want it to sit. You can go in the mirror and look at it, and that's how you can decide. And what I did was, before I cut it, I took my chain, which is also from bbcrafts.com, and see, this is a very fine chain. The holes are not too big, so you're going to need one of your smaller jump rings. So what I did was I took my clasp. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you this. I took my clasp, I got a jump ring, and I closed it on the base of that. Once I hooked it up, then I put my chain on there, and then after my chain was hooked up to the clasp, you're going to just repeat this process 3 times. So after my chain was hooked up, to the end of the jump ring by the clasp, I didn't cut it. I simply went from the end of that, and I went to the center of the butterfly wing, and I wanted to see how much play I wanted in it. And when I thought I got it where I'd like it, I used my cutters and I snipped the wire. It's very important that you make sure you're positive before cutting that wire. Now the other thing I want to point out is on the butterfly, you're going to want to get your small jump ring, and these are pretty fine, so you're going to need your small one, and put it in the middle section, not here or the end, in the middle. So you want to pay attention to that when you're doing your second and third one, that you don't put it on the wrong loop, or you're going to have to redo that. So you're going to put your jump ring here and attach your chain right. Just keep repeating each step with this and the chain, and it's going to go into the second row of each butterfly. And there you have it. You have your butterfly necklace, and you can make a pair of earrings then to go with it using the chandelier earrings. So I hope you like this easy and fast craft tutorial. It doesn't take a long time. Definitely you're going to want to make sure you do get a nice good various size. Like I said, this is on the bbcrafts.com website, and the products I used were the chandelier earrings, the wire, the seed beads, the jump rings, and the chain from BB Crafts. So you get that, and you can just, and like I said, it's all optional. If you only wanted to make 2 butterflies, you can do that. If you didn't want to add the beads and the connect, you can make 1 piece of wire. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell for future notifications, and to check under the video in the description box for the links to these products that I use for this craft tutorial and the link to bbcrafts.com. Please keep checking back for my future uploads of craft tutorials featuring products from BB Crafts and other videos as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time.